Hello, Cornwallis and Jose. Great to see y'all. Looks like my nocturnal sleep cycle is officially back. Hey, Trill. Hey, Jared. Hello, Devin. Oh, hey, Ari Montesul. What's up? Greetings, Elijah. Great to have everyone here. I want to try to switch to where I'm doing like one TikTok live and one YouTube live every single workday. I think I can manage it, but we'll see. It'll still be spontaneous, like at a random point in the day, because it's only part of the job I do, but you know. Jose feels too tired to get up and do his daily rituals. Here's a tip that might help. You've heard of the undead gods, ascended vampires, those things? One guy I used to know, I taught him how to summon them. One morning when he felt like he didn't have the strength to get up, he just said a prayer to them and asked them to like give him energy. They didn't even feed on him first, they just gave him some energy so he could get through the day. The ascended vampires are extremely friendly and approachable. They'd probably be willing to do that for you too. How am I feeling? Very good. You've been smelling a younger, feminine perfume and a darker, heavy incense for hours. Interesting. Am I ever going to do another live with Augustus Grigori? Probably. Hello, Underworld Muse. How was The Conjuring Last Rites? Amazing. I loved it. Jose suddenly just started feeling pressure in his third eye. That's odd. Elijah says it sounds like Paimon. Yeah. The Black Tower said, yeah, weird thing is it's been lifting my spirits. Trill says, I know the Saturnian current is intense, no joke, but you read my article on the Saturnian deities on Patreon, and you're convinced that you may benefit a lot from a 30-day invocation of Lord Cain. Yeah, that shouldn't be too hard. Cain is not an aspect of the Saturnian metagod, so the stuff I wrote about that metagod and its avatars does not necessarily apply to Cain. Have I watched any good movies lately? Yeah. I watched The Conjuring Last Rites just last night. It was awesome. I love all the movies in the Conjureverse. The Nun, the Annabelle movies, the Conjuring movies, all of them are really good. Elijah says The Hunger Games, Ballad of Songbirds, and Snakes goes hard. For sure. What was awesome about it is the story. The jump scares were really good. I flinched multiple times, even though I grew up watching horror movies. So that was really cool. What are some important things to remember when working with a Maimon? Well, he's very much a death spirit, and he loves offerings of blood. He is one of the 9 demonic gatekeepers as recorded by Coetting, so you can expect him to be incredibly potent. Yeah. Have I ever worked with Pazuzu? Yes. A little later tonight, I'm going to be summoning him to curse somebody for a client. He's really cool. I feel like he's strongly connected to Doth. He's one of the few deities out there who can manifest in the in-between, aka the subastral plane. You know, right between our world and the astral plane. What's my thoughts on the symbolism behind serpents and them being pulled through your body out of your mouth? Sounds like some Kundalini shit. Or it could be a sign from Valak. He likes to give people intense dreams about snakes, like really intense ones. The Black Tower says Pazuzu's been his main patron for years, and now Hecate is my matron. That's a good combination. Hello, Dark Life. Pazuzu and Hecate. That's an interesting combo. The subastral plane is not the dream world. It is a realm between the astral plane and the physical world. Well, it's like a layer of reality. Most deities cannot manifest there or do anything to the beings that are traveling there. The shadow people can travel there, including the man with the hat. Um, when extraterrestrials interact with practitioners, they're usually moving through the subastral plane. Other deities that can manifest there are Abaddon, Cthulhu. Um, I'm drawing a blank, but there's more. Leviathan can. Dark Life says, how can I prevent an invocation from leading to total possession? It's just intent. Keep in mind, in order to become totally possessed of your own free will, you have to like really be able to let go, which is very hard for a lot of people, including me. How does King Paimon feel about his depiction in the movie Hereditary? Paimon loves being featured in horror movies, but he feels like no one's done it right. He was also the villain in a movie called The Last Shift. The Black Tower says that Hecate and Pazuzu are not kind to laziness and inactivity, and the cost to the flesh is high because neither have ever taken flesh. Interesting. I'm not sure, Jared. I mean, I guess you don't really see Paimon in either movie. That could be part of the problem. I guess you'd have to show like various fearsome forms he can take. Trill said you heard that Trill said that he heard I channel custom sigils now. How much for a sigil that kills nearby astral parasites? All custom sigils cost $65. And if you want a corresponding magical chant to use with the sigil, that's an extra $10. Did I ever get the email I sent you? Probably. If it wasn't about services, then I probably wouldn't have answered. Hereditary did use some of my magical chants, yes. The Black Tower says Bartzabel can guide you upon the Clifothic tree via Doth. Didn't know that. I don't think I've ever worked with Bartzabel. I haven't spoken to Pazuzu about his depiction in the Exorcist movies. Is there a spirit that I think needs to have more stories with them involved? Not necessarily. I think Moloch could use some more attention. Any of the brides of Samael, other than Lilith, could probably use some more attention as well. Oh, hey, Kat, great to have you. Kat has been a guest on my live stream before. I was sick for that one. I'm pretty sure it's noticeable. Which spirit is good to bring back forgotten memories? Yamatu comes to mind, Malthus comes to mind, and Phoenix. Have I ever worked with Barbados? Yeah, I think I wrote an essay about him. It's been a long time, though. Is there a good spell to help with falling asleep quicker? Yeah, I think I have one on my Patreon. I think it's the demon Proculo from the Grimorium Verum, who's good for that. The Black Tower said that Bartzabel can guide you to the sphere you came from before descending upon the tree of life before physical birth. Oh, cool. Oh, glad to hear that, Kat. You take it Barbados is not beginner friendly? I'm not sure. Been a long time since I was a beginner. Nelda says, can you ask demons about other people to find information on them? Yes. Would I say that the black flame is a part of the soul? Yes, again. The glass is new. These are the same glasses I've had for years, but for a long time I was wearing contacts because I always preferred them. I didn't hurt my eyes or anything, but my eye doctor said that I should really give my eyes a break and not wear contacts all the time, which, you know, saves me money. Have I worked with Frimos? I don't think so. Soul Witch said, why do psalms have power? I don't know. I have not used them. Not my circus, not my monkeys. Do I have any suggestions on how to permanently see and hear other spirits? Keep empowering your third eye. Maybe empower the Ultra Major chakra and the thymus chakra, aka higher heart chakra as well. But yeah. Also, regular divination improves your psychic abilities. The Black Tower said, hey Vidian, what are my thoughts on placing oneself solid upon particular spheres? Like, never even considered that. So I don't have any thoughts. Samael said, every time I try an invocation, I feel like a heavy blanket sitting on my body, but I don't feel like the spirit is inside your body. I guess that might be you struggling to give them influence. It's good to have blood, water, fire present on the altar when you do this. All those things help you bring the spirit into yourself. Hey, T-Man. Jared says, have I done the invocations at the end of the Devil's Quran? Yes, I do use those. They're useful. I like them. Is it true that the black flame was a gift to humanity from Lucifer? No, it was Satan. So Satan himself, his structure is like, he's basically like a giant black flame. So he rules the Clephothic realm of Thamael. He took the fires of Thamael, and with that he created the black sun. Then the black moon was created to dilute the black light of the black sun into something that humans can process. Then, of course, it goes to the black earth and, you know, takes root in us. Yeah. What demon would I recommend to help with motivation and finding your patron demon? For motivation, Malphas. Malphas. He's a Goetic demon. As for finding your patron demon, they basically, eventually one or two demons will come up and say, hey, I want to be your patron. Then you decide whether or not you want to accept them as such, and then you perform a ritual of your own design to like formalize the acceptance of them as such. Would I say that it's normal to, at a certain point in your craft, find yourself at a comfortable part of your gnosis and lose motivation in continuing? Yeah, everybody has phases where they lose motivation. Ari Monasua wants to tell those of you who feel as if you're struggling, giving a daily offering to yourself every day will strengthen you. Good idea. I don't know much about Saint Cyprian. Can simply saying the name of a demon invoke them? Yeah, you can just use the name. But you can't really invoke them by accident. I wouldn't be afraid to say the name of a spirit in casual conversation. Doesn't Lucifer also rule Thamael? Yes, and so does Moloch, and so does Paimon. Samael says that in Islamic literature, when Adam was still a statue, Iblis possessed him and placed the black flame in him. Oh, that's awesome. I didn't know that. Didn't I once try to fly into the black sun? No. Mr. Timblewack says, VK, can I play your music while T-posing in TF2? That's funny as hell. What are my thoughts on birth chart magic? I've heard good things about it, but I'm not too knowledgeable on astrology. Did I know that I spawn as an astral for other practitioners? Yes. I also know that some people think they've seen me in the astral and or in their dreams and have not. Roman numeral persons say that Klepothic initiation changes your energy field into that of a black hole. That sounds like nonsense. That sounds like anti-satanic nonsense. The Black Tower says, "Sweet gods, I've been practicing for 29 years and I can't tell you how many inactive phases I've had in terms of magic." Yeah, again, almost everybody has extended periods where they aren't practicing, except me. I've had phases where I wasn't motivated, wasn't feeling it, but becoming inactive, never for more than like 5 days. Devlar says the spirits around them keep pushing them to continue developing their senses, but they don't feel like they need to. Well, maybe take their advice and see what comes of it. Trillgate says, "How do you feel about offerings to one's higher self?" Yeah, those are worthwhile. I've never tried making an offering to my shadow self, so I have no advice there. Oh, I haven't checked my Patreon in a few days. Aradia says she thought Paimon was related to Thagirion. Whichever sphere he's attributed to. It's whichever one is in my essay about Paimon. I don't know. It's possible for a spirit to be attributed to 2 spheres. For example, Mephistopheles is attributed to Thagirion and Samael, and then Lucifuge is attributed to Thagirion and Satariel. Lilith is attributed to Satariel and Gamaliel. You get the point. My day has been good. What's my preferred method of warding? Well, I have multiple wards, some of which I don't teach anyone, a few of which are available on my Patreon. I will eventually write about the 9 Kings of the Void, yes. How do you know if Astral VK is the real VK? Divination. Do your guides/patrons not get mad when you take extended break periods? No, they won't get mad at you for taking a break. They might, show up and say, "Hey, time to get back to work," but no, that won't make them mad. Yeah, I've got a video about different types of angel that's going to drop on the 1st. It's a re-upload, but that'll give you the answers. Does Klepothic initiation have chakra-dissolving effects? Not necessarily. Any spirits to balance yourself out when working with demons only? Balance yourself out. I mean, I think just taking care of yourself health-wise and lifestyle-wise is all you need. What would it mean to open Abaddon's eyes? I don't remember. I probably got that from the book of Sitra Akra. Every once in a while, the smoke will get caught right between the lens and my eye. That always sucks. Everyone, make sure you like the stream so more people see it. Trillgate said he was slacking on divination. He just got a new Norse rune and a new Norse rune oracle deck. That sounds awesome. That reminds me, I've been slacking on divination too. Any advice on how to bless those cards? I think I have a spell that Mammon gave me to bless them with the power of the void on my Patreon. Cold Pimpin' said I should grow my hair out. It looks cool. Yeah, I let it grow out until it's too long, then I buzz it again. Saves me time and money on haircuts. I feel like I look equally good either way. How do I keep up such a consistent, busy work ethic? I make sure to take occasional off days where I'm like legit not even trying to even think about work. Healthy diet as well. No, a lot of healthy food, I mean. Obviously, you just saw me chug a Red Bull and smoke a cigarette. Regular exercise. Those things all help me improve my work ethic. The Black Tower says Azazel has always appeared as a giant third eye to me in the system I work, and Abaddon more like the presence of a sphere. Interesting. First time I actually saw Azazel was his eagle aspect. So he was like a giant eagle made of metal. I've seen Abaddon in a lot of forms. Jose says that Asmodeus visited him in sleep paralysis a few days ago. Cool. Cold Pimpin says tobacco is good for the soul. I will tell myself that to help me cope. What effects do chakra chants have if you've unified the 7 chakra system? I don't know that they have any. I've always just gotten new chants for the life center that results from that. Do I have any rights to Loki? I don't think so. Norse magic is one of my weaker points. Can someone be forced into Qliphothic initiation based off of their bloodlines? No. You can deliberately force someone to initiate through a sphere, but your bloodline won't do that. Do I plan to work with the 7 shadow self chakras beneath the root chakra? Well, I've dissolved all my chakras and unified them into a singular energy sphere. But yes, I did work with the subpersonal chakras and the ones that go through the legs. Forgot those ones exist for a second there. Trillgate says that one time Chavajas said something to him in one of his ears when he was working with my book, but you couldn't tell what he said. This happened a while ago, and you think about it sometimes. It was muffled. Odd. Samael says Azazel as a blonde man in armor or a satyr with a goat skull for a head. So that's how Samael has seen him. That sounds accurate. The Black Tower says, I'd know if Vidian's curses are as powerful as his healing rites. I do believe I would just stay off his radar. Hey, everyone wants to be on my radar, okay? In the words of Vision from Marvel, power invites challenge. I've already got another group of people moving against me unprovoked. Never a dull moment in this line of work. Jose said that he had an out-of-body experience earlier this year where a spirit appeared to him as a man covered in black mist. You still don't know who it was. Doesn't sound familiar. The Black Tower said, bro, a broken femur and it was fully healed in 5 days. Hey! How would I cleanse a Christian's room from a random spirit that seems to be haunting the room? What I would do is I would say the phrase, the door opens only at night, the wolves prey only in opportunity. This will summon one of the Kunes Ideo, one of the hellhounds of Hecate. And then I would just do this motion, which is what I've seen the spirits of Hecate do to like tell a hellhound to just kill any hostile entities around it. I have not heard of the band Green Lung. How often do I hit the gym? I actually work out from home, and I exercise multiple times a week. I don't really have it scheduled. I just have on days and off days for exercise. Is that spell on my blog? No, I just put it in videos. I've never tried radionics, but I know they work. Can I make a sigil that helps strengthen a bond with a spirit? That sounds kind of redundant. I think just meditating with the spirit and working with them and praying to them is the key there. Is it possible to channel a ritual spontaneously from the higher self? Yes. Samael heard aggressive demonic yapping when he was having sleep paralysis, but he woke up out of it really quick. Awesome. How much do I deadlift? I don't go to gyms. I have a pull-up bar, a speed rope, one of those grip exercises, and some, I forget whether they're called pull-up bars or I forget whether they're called barbells or dumbbells. I always get those mixed up, but I have little hand weights. Any spells or chance to get a random interlopers to not be nosy when you're busy in a public place? I guess any chance to call on Lucifugrophocael or Clawneck should work. What are my thoughts on people being haunted, not a haunted place? Yeah, that's a thing. I can't really get rid of, like, lifelong, spirit attachments or chronic parasites. Trill says, how can I get Moloch to get his higher self to work in my favor and not work against me? I don't think it's possible for a higher self to work against someone. I'm going to grab some water real quick. I do not play any musical instruments. What's my method for performing the rite of necrosophic healing? So, I actually have the instructions on Patreon, but I'll explain. So, the normal ritual calls on Lulua, aka Kalmana, who is believed to be the wife of Cain and one of the first Satanists. And it also calls on the ghosts of witches that venerated her in life and act as her emissaries in the afterlife. So I use that ritual, but at the beginning and end, I add the chant that I use to call on Santa Muerte to empower any spell, because Santa Muerte is my primary guide for the death current. Have I seen those videos of really fast shadow people? I have not. What happened to a sleepless mind? She's still out there. She just doesn't bother me anymore. And by bother me, I mean stalk me. That woman was batshit crazy. Whatever light I have going on right now looks trippy. So I have a double ring light on the other side of the camera. Both set different colors. One's orangish, one's red. And then behind me to the left, I have a galaxy light that I bought off Amazon. I don't know if you can see it. So it's technically 3 lights. Does performing a ritual while tired or sleepy affect it in any way? I mean, I guess it's better to be energetic, but so be it. Which Red Bull is the best one? I just get the original. VK, what's stopping you from getting the superior ascended vampire energy by subduing and draining them myself? Their spirit relationships and alliances notwithstanding. Well, I assume you get your ass kicked for it. The curse I'm going to do after the stream is like the one I posted on Patreon that calls on Pazuzu and the Ifrit of Shaitan. Because I've got like a handful of people I'm supposed to curse tonight. Probably going to add some auxiliary spells too for the hell of it. Does anyone else here speak Proto-Elamite? I've never even heard of that. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and get that curse done. You'll have a great night and enjoy your immortality.